I think by now most of us have heard the heartbreaking news that jackyoh passed away during plastic surgery. She was getting a mommy makeover. She is DC YUNGKALEZ's wife. She is a wild and out girl. Absolutely heartbreaking. She's gorgeous. I'm just sending my condolences before I get into what I want to talk about astrologically. I'm not going to be talking about the actual death in terms of like her natal chart. I'm going to tag Sim's character. I love her. She did a good breakdown on this. I more so want to talk on something that I'm seeing in the sky this summer in terms of women, beauty, finances, fame, all of those things overlapping. How that's going to be beneficial for a lot of people in terms of like freedom and liberation and authenticity, stepping into empowered energy. And then for some people can be very dangerous and risky and, bringing in these very unexpected events. I did a mini series like 2 weeks ago, I think, on here that was kind of talking about this stuff as well, but more politically in terms of war. But this is why you need to follow me on Twitter, because that's where I do all the collective updates. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I love astrology in terms of how it impacts culture, the collective, people at large, politics, celebrities. I always tell people, like, whether you want to acknowledge the stars or not, they're still going to do what they're doing, so you might as well know what's going on. But I tweeted at the beginning of May, and I said that Mars and Venus retrograde meeting in Leo in the sky, which first of all, Venus is going to be in Leo for 4 months, from June to September. The malefic and the benefic meeting in the sky is essentially going to highlight like a lot of the extremes and the risks and aggression and accidents that can come to beauty, fame, money, validation, surgery, needles, knives, any of that, even things like tattoos. And Uranus is going to be activated as well, baby. And we know that Uranus likes to bring some very unexpected events, some unpredictability. It likes to shake the table in terms of liberation and freedom and authenticity. And then also rebellion, breaking the rules, doing things incorrectly, and then having to face the consequences of such. So unusual procedures, accidents, regret, remorse, etc. Please take it from an astrologer just to be safe. Do not get surgery, a tattoo, cosmetic procedures done during a Venus retrograde. It's just in your best interest. I also said during the 8-8 portal, which you guys know I do not like the word portal, but that's what I'm using to refer to it as. If you understand astrology, you can read this, but basically Lilith, who can be best described as just dark feminine energy, to put it quite simply, will be joining this chaotic, beautiful, fun-loving, but also a little bit dangerous party. And I low-key feel like women are gonna like go on a strike. Obviously, nobody's ever gonna be on the same page, but I feel like there's like a female empowerment fighting back sort of thing this summer. I do think some people are gonna be like, you know what? Fuck it. I literally don't care anymore. I'm going into sex work and I'm gonna make the money off of my body that I can make, considering people are sexualizing me anyway. I think a lot of women are going to be digging their heels in the sand in terms of being like, I literally am not going to be in this relationship anymore unless I get what I need out of it. But probably some more hypergamy, some more dating up, which that's not even to say like, okay, I'm talking about a lot of things that have a lot of nuance to them. I don't necessarily agree with somebody thinking in their head, you know what, I'm just going to sexualize myself since it's happening anyways, at least I can get money off of it. To me, that's still dangerous. Am I ever going to judge a woman for the decision she makes in a situation where most things are lose-lose? No. Do we joke about here on the apps about how dating an old rich man is great, but at the end of the day, are we like, actually, it's really dangerous and a really vulnerable position to be in and really not safe or stable or secure at all? Yes. I said this in the last videos as well, like there's so many conversations about women being like, come on, like be a stay-at-home girlfriend, like you're missing out. Everyone sees their consequences at some point. I think it's going to be a summer of people going into that, people learning their lesson and coming out of that. Lots of rad femme, lots of congregating to essentially everybody get on the same page. We're no longer settling. Decentering men, that's the goal. And then just general Venus stuff, which is like ups and downs, breakups and makeups, unexpected relationships, flings, etc. So I said all that the first week of May, and then about 2 weeks later, we saw Ashton Gorkani. I hope that's how you say her name. I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful and mispronounce it. She is a Kim Kardashian lookalike, obviously has gotten a lot of surgeries. She passed away due to cardiac arrest, and to my knowledge, like these two things are totally separate. She's an OnlyFans girl as well. I honestly didn't read into the whole entire story, which I should, I'm sorry, but it's the abuse of power in terms of doctors though, basically. And we had Mars opposite Pluto, and now Venus is building into that opposition to Pluto. Venus is like, following right behind Mars. Mars is more aggressive. That's more of the like needles, knives, surgery, things like that. Venus, wants to be very warm and cozy and pretty, but it's very tempting and maybe doesn't consider the risks of things. And in an opposition to Pluto, there can be some heavy power and control dynamics. accidents, death, intensity, etc. So people that are in the authority to provide the things that people so desperately crave and want to be adored and validated and celebrated and beautiful are exploiting people that are desperate for that adoration or for that fame or for that beauty. Another example was Rolly from Baddies West, Bad Girls Club. So she underwent a BBL awake, which whatever, I guess because of her weight, she was able to do that because it wasn't like putting her whole body at risk. But she did it on live stream, and that's very Leo too, like something being for show, for a performance. It's so Black Mirror. It is so Black Mirror. And she went on the live stream with Goals. That was the company that provided the surgery to her. Goals has killed multiple people. Multiple of their clients have died during surgery, which whatever, you know your risk, I guess, when you go under, but maybe not the most reputable doctors to work with. But Zeus Network is essentially the platform exploiting her. And they're not even stopping there. They're doing like multiple surgeries pretty quickly. I know that she's at risk due to her BMI. Whatever. I don't know everything, right? I'm just a girl on TikTok. But I was basically saying that this might also be attributed to Saturn and Pisces to some degree, because Pisces is about illusions. It's about, you know, a fantasy, having like ethereal beauty. And Saturn comes in and shows you, like, you know, these are the bad sides of leaning into escapism and beauty and having to maintain that fantasy. All the work, pressure, consequence that comes with that, blood, sweat, and tears. I think Pluto and Aquarius, as well as Saturn and Pisces, are kind of magnifying the fact that we have to, Jupiter and Taurus, remember we're human. Part of us right now in the sky are coming back to our humanity. We're starting to strip ourselves down again. Everything's getting raw. We want to eat right. We want to plant things. We want to lay in the sun. And then there's like this, you know, simultaneous annoying fly in our ear that's like, be prettier, do better, you're in competition. Make yourself more perfect, make yourself less human. Does a lot of this bleed into misogyny? Absolutely. I could talk about that all day, baby. All this plastic surgery stuff, all the corn stuff, all of the wanting to emulate essentially like cartoon character bodies that are not humanly possible, trying to make them possible, and then realizing, oh yeah, like that's why we don't do it. Jackyoh is a perfect example of just, I don't want to say doing the wrong thing at the wrong time or something like that. Every surgery puts you at risk, and this isn't me saying, oh, she faced the consequences of like putting herself in this position. No. The poor girl fucking passed away. Like, unfortunately, we always think it's going to be somebody else, and sometimes it ends up being us. But I think that what we have happening in the sky right now, and then seeing these real life events, is reflecting to us like, whoa, okay, we need to like come back to basics. Like, how important is this to us? Is this worth the risk? How far will I go for beauty, or to be admired, or to like how I look in the mirror, or to compare myself to whatever the hottest new thing is? This is also very Cancer because it was a mommy makeover. She's a new mother. I think she already has another son, but you know what I'm saying? It's related to pregnancy. We're just going to be seeing a lot of themes. And again, go watch the other series that I posted about this. Sorry, it was kind of boring, that one, but just go watch it. Similar themes around celebrities getting exposed, more Epstein-esque info leaking, which I have some things to say about Ghislaine because we're having a transit come up that happened the last time that she was like really in the public eye. Child stars, dark themes, Disney kids with drug problems, like we're seeing, you know, the more human effects of what fame, being in the spotlight, being illuminated 24/7 does to the human brain, and psychological, like, you know, addictions. I think we're going to see an extension of children overlapping with very violent or crazy things. I said I could literally see something where it's like a kid gets a hold of a handgun in somebody's house or something, like from their family, maybe at school. Maybe viral trends in regards to being violent, or just, you know, kids, us seeing the effect of children, like, and the internet and violence and harassment, and how we don't have too many boundaries around that, like infiltrating their brains, and how there's consequences. And then I was talking about people going missing. That's another thing I can talk about, that people going missing, water, lots of fires, lots of house fires, lots of bombs, explosions, fireworks, accidents, violence, all that this week is like very prominent. Lots of earthquakes too, and like crazy weather. I didn't post these yet because I want to word them better, but basically I'll probably talk about this more anyways throughout the summer. I think collectively the world is having the Madonna horror complex, where it's like, wait, women are all encompassing human beings with so many complexities, and not either just, you know, a super innocent, wholesome housewife or an exciting whore. Revelations around beauty, women, fame, attention.